Bitcoin has moved out of the downtrend line, which means that prices are moving in a really cool way. On a daily basis, the MACD has turned bullish and the RSI is starting to break through support. If you look at all of these signs, they suggest that the price is beginning to move back up. This video has all of this and more. It's a table. He sold. Raise it. Hey guys, glad to see you back on the channel. Hi, my name is Moji. We're going to talk about the price of Bitcoin and take a quick look at some other cryptocurrencies. I posted it again on August 19th when we got the confirmed cross, and here we are now. MACD cross-up has been going on for 3 days now. Right now we have a support break and another MACD cross-up. I think the daily RSI is the next most important sign. Another thing you should always pay attention to is this, because the daily RSI structure tells you a lot. It usually leads to big moves up whenever we break it. So Bitcoin is waiting for the next big move up. To get a better look at this chart, let's see where Bitcoin's price went after the low bounce. It tried the 618 fib extension from the high to the low. The goal was the 618. The next fib goal above us is at 786. That's $65,500. The next fib target is that point. And if we do hit it, it could start an upward sloping channel. The price may then settle in this range before breaking out later. Again, $786 or $65,500. You could also make the case that Bitcoin is in the shape of a pennant, which we are now breaking out of. The price went up to $69,700 after the breakout. You can measure this move by the height of the pennant and the biggest point of the pennant. That is the measured move that you would expect from this pennant shape. I'm not saying that this will happen right away, though. Of course not. Why? It's likely that the price will stay in this level for a while, then go up. Still, that is the controlled move of this pattern, even though it would take a long time. But I would look for the next rising channel to the upside, which is the safer and more likely goal. What are some things that support the idea that Bitcoin will rise again, maybe even reach new all-time highs? Well, the S&P 500 has done what no one thought it would. Remember how we said the world was ending a few weeks ago? The SP is now less than 1% away from its all-time high. A great comeback that took things back to the highs. There have also been talks about the money supply and the liquidity around the world. I also have some signs that I made myself. The Global Liquidity Index candles are one of them. This is the name of the TradingView indicator I put out there. It takes the Global Liquidity Index and shows it to you in candle style. Besides that, I released yesterday. You can use the M2 Global Liquidity Index candles for free on TradingView. As we can see, liquidity around the world is beginning to rise. The highs are going lower, but a breakout is almost certain. The makers of money are coming back. Prices of bonds and other debt are expected to go down soon. Now I'd like to show you this chart, which is the monthly chart for Bitcoin. And this shows that Bitcoin is going in the right direction right now. Just like last month, this month we see the same thing for Bitcoin. The cycle is the same as every other cycle. You have the half, and then after a few months we hit new all-time highs, 2020. Then, after a few months of half, we hit new all-time highs. Bitcoin cutting in half. It's not yet clear that we've broken out or trended into new all-time highs. We touched them. Since we didn't rise above them, we're actually right on schedule with the last run. Half of the price, and then a few months later, it will probably start to rise to new all-time highs. Right now, everything looks great for Bitcoin. We're doing well despite the changes. Let's look at the market capitalization of altcoins now. Recently, the Bitcoin market has been the thing that people have had the most trouble with. It's been kept down a lot. Not much going on, lots of lower lows. It looks like the altcoins are going down in value. It's clear that Bitcoin is in a bull market. It's not the same for altcoins. But as we've already said, we're still in the same position as in past cycles. The altcoin market cap is currently resting in this holding, which was the last step in the last cycle before we broke through the lower high of the last cycle's high zone. We are sitting here at the end of this line right now. You can see the prices breaking out on these green candles that I have a picture of. We broke that lower high 157 weeks after the all-time high, just like we did in the last bear market. We're still a few weeks away from that same time, which means we're on track, as long as the total 3-month altcoin market cap can break out of the lower high zone around November. If that happens, we'll be right on track with the last cycle. What people don't understand is that not much has changed. Because of this cycle, the stories are different, and the markets are acting in a different way. However, when it comes to performance, this area is where we should be doing really well. Things are going well. We'll be on time. There aren't as many altcoins as there usually are at this point in the cycle. I should say that we lost more money during this consolidation than during the last cycle, which was right before this one. A lot of Uniswap dexes were new. Many low caps were bought and sold. So that's the main change between these two loops. Things are, however, beginning to look a lot like the last cycle. Altcoins are in a good spot right now. The market should do very well over the next few months, and everything is going well with Bitcoin as well. If you look at the Bitcoin domination chart, this should be around the time that altcoins start to get a lot of attention. The barrier line from several years ago is now being met. Bitcoin is now hitting our multi-year resistance on the monthly chart. This is about the time when altcoins will take over the market. This doesn't mean that Bitcoin will do badly though. In fact, some of the biggest uptrends happen during alt-season pumps happen for Bitcoin during alt-season. Why? That's not even possible, right? That doesn't make any sense. Alt-season is just a way to see how interested people are in crypto in general. If people are putting their money into low caps and altcoins to guess what the next big thing will be, that means there is a lot of interest and people are ready to take more risks. This means that people are also taking risks with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin breaks through and stays above its all-time high, this is called alt-season. That is true in terms of history. As of right now, we are not moving above our all-time high, but when we do, alt-season will really begin. That's how it has been every time before. Do not believe what I say. Let us take a look at Bitcoin now. The screen's orange line. At the beginning of 2017, the all-time high was at $1,200. Bitcoin goes from $1,200 to $20,000, but it is losing market share. In 2020, Bitcoin gets through the 20,000 mark and goes from there to 69,000. We're going up, but Bitcoin's popularity is going down. In this period, the same thing would happen. Bitcoin breaks its all-time high and starts to rise to whatever it's going to rise to. Bitcoin is losing its popularity, right? It's just that people are very interested in alt-season, which is good for everyone. In those kinds of places, everyone is making money. This time too, the resistance is waiting for alt-season to start. Currently, Bitcoin is still going up as I make this movie. Didn't we just reach a new high point? We were turned down here the other day. We've reached a new high. We're breaking through the barrier. And it does look like we want to hit that 786 level at 65,500 and start another rise. That's all I have to say for now, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you hit like, please follow this channel. Join a Bitcoin bubble. I'll see you all in the next movie.